From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, January 28th, 2016. Silver is trading at $14.47 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,122 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $385. Antiwar.com reports ongoing tensions between Iraq's central government and the Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG. Looks like they're going to be getting much worse, with Kifa Mahmoud, an advisor to the Kurdish president, reporting that the KRG has agreed to a referendum on declaring independence from Iraq. The Kurds have had long-standing ambitions to secede from Iraq, and officials have talked up the idea of withdrawing from Iraq as soon as the war with the Islamic State is over. The United States government has opposed this, saying they want a unified Iraq. The biggest question arising from a possible secession of Kurdistan is what territory they'll take with them, as early in the Islamic State war they seized key oil-producing regions, including Kirkuk, and more recently have been expelling Arabs from the Sinjar area to try to make it a Kurdish Yazidi-dominated region as well. Iraqi Prime Minister Haider Abadi's office offered a warning against any unilateral votes by the Kurdistan Regional Government, saying a vote would be against the Constitution and illegal. The central government has seen the risk of secession coming for a while and has pushed against arming the Kurds to fight against the Islamic State on fear that the heavily armed Kurdish Peshmerga would be able to fight a war of secession. The legal question may matter less and less as time goes on, however, as the Peshmerga has gotten a lot of weaponry and Iraq's military is scarcely in a position to contest a secession by anyone, with so much of the country already under control of the Islamic State. Iraqi Kurdish secession could also fuel a regional split with the Kurdish YPG in northeastern Syria and growing Kurdish unrest in southeastern Turkey. Both of those countries could find themselves looking to join a unified Kurdistan. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports an agreement between the United States Department of Justice and the city of Ferguson, Missouri seeks to completely overhaul the city's system of justice and eliminate unlawful arrest, according to documents released on Wednesday. The agreement is the result of many months of investigating by justice officials into the protocols and practices of the Ferguson Police Department following the controversial death of Michael Brown. The accord specifies that Ferguson's justice system is to be rebuilt, unlawful arrest to be eliminated, and criminal courts to operate independently from prosecutors. It also protects the rights of citizens to video record or take still photos of police officers in the course of their job. Although an agreement was reached, it still requires a public comment period and final approval by the Ferguson City Council. Former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder said in March that federal authorities would completely disband the city's police department if necessary. When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. If this is a man's world, as they say, living on the streets is no place for a young woman. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo, and would ultimately come to know exactly what it means to survive. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports the leader of a month-long occupation of a federal wildlife refuge in Oregon urged remaining protesters on Wednesday to leave the site and go home a day after his arrest and the death of a supporter. Ammon Bundy, who was taken into custody with several members of the group at a traffic stop along Highway 395 north of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in southeast Oregon, urged federal authorities to let his comrades leave the compound without being prosecuted. In a statement read by his attorney, Michael Arnold, following a court hearing, Bundy said, "To those remaining at the refuge, I love you. Let us take this fight from here. Please stand down. Please stand down. Go home and hug your families. Please go back." Law enforcement surrounded the refuge and blocked off access roads on Tuesday evening after Bundy and his group were taken into custody at the traffic stop. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.